Hello, and welcome back to XCon's ultimate rip-off mod for Fallout Tactics. Right, so, since we're out on the waste, a number of things have happened. Right, first off, let me just point out that, you can save in hardman mode, which you have to play on this mod. You can save during missions, which you're not meant to do on hardman mode. You can save in bases, you can save in set locations, i.e. non-unique locations. One thing you can't do is save on random encounters. So, the bit which I lost because of my save, well, was actually because I hadn't saved at all, because I couldn't have saved because I was still out in the wasteland. So, the most dangerous thing you can do in this mod is go out into the wasteland and just knock about and go from random encounter to random encounter. You have to get to those towns or bases in order to have a save point. Which leads me to the next thing. Basically, I was leveling up so I could get better recruits because there was no one there. And then I leveled up once and there was still no one there, so I wanted to level up again, get the brown noser perk. Huge setback, but it gives you more stuff and more possible recruits. Unfortunately, and also more stuff at the quartermaster, right? Unfortunately, in the waste, like you saw me leveling up, and I got the brown noser perk, which you know you get that every 3 levels. It's a huge deal blowing a perk on that. And not only weren't there more recruits and better stuff, actually there was the same amount of recruits. And the quartermaster had, I think, less stuff. Literally, there was less stuff to buy, or maybe I was just a bit upset and I saw that there was less, but it seemed that there was less stuff to buy. Now, unfortunately, since I was in the wastes, I didn't have any revert point. I would have had to have gone over everything again. It would have broke the continuity of the videos. I probably would have had to delete the videos just because it wouldn't have made any sense to anyone. Watching that, you know, suddenly everything's different. So I didn't do that. What I did do is I got a very simple editor for the game. I think it's BOS Edit. It's a save game editor. I'll link it in the description in the video. Hold on one second, I'm finding this video. So I got a very simple editor. It won't break the game because it searches the save file and it finds very specific values. It will actually list each of the team members and it will show all of their statistics. So I know I'm editing very precise values. I mean, the chances of it breaking the mod or the game are ludicrously low. Seeing as it knows exact, and I tested it, you know, I did a save game and I checked, if I change this, does it only change that? Does it have a domino effect? It didn't. So I'm quite confident that hasn't messed with anything. Plus, I didn't change much. All I did was I went in, found the brown noser perk, and I got rid of it. And then I changed the value which says how many perks I have left to spend, and put that up to 1. Booted the game back up, and there it was. Pick a perk. So I made sure I was picking one which I had access to, and I chose bonus range damage because why not make him a better shot? Now here's a cheeky bit, I have to admit. I was really upset. I don't like using save game editors, but I wanted to get around this whole thing of the brown noser perk kind of breaking the game a little. Like I said, the mod is 0.89, I think, 893. I'm not too sure. So it's not finished. And obviously mod creators can't account for everything that may go wrong. You know, they need playtesting, which is what I'm doing here. But at the end of the day, yeah, that I think the brown noser perk set off a kind of script chain reaction or something. I'm not that much of a modder, so I can't really tell you. But whatever it did, I think it messed up all the values. So I had to use this save game editor, which I didn't like. But whilst I was at it, I thought, and this is a dirty little secret, which I'm not going to keep a dirty little secret, I recruited this guy. And now, target, pronounce Target. I don't know if I'll say Target every time. Would have been the winner of the 20-second Appleton Throw the Spear contest, except that he was the only contestant to actually kill someone, a judge, which is why he is now in the Brotherhood. Basically, this guy had, his skills were small guns, throwing, and sneak. Now, I've taken away his small guns, and I changed it to traps. Why? Because I want a traps guy. But I didn't just give him, traps, which I could have done. When you're using an editor, you don't have to be judicious. You can just say, well, I want traps as well. Screw it, make them all tags. Which I didn't do. I wanted to be fair. I wanted to play within the rules of the game. So I took away small guns and I gave him traps. Now, the thing is, he's still quite good at it. And he's not very good at traps. That's because the points which were already invested are still there. Long story short, he's still quite okay with small guns, but I'm not going to use him like that. I'm going to have him throwing spears until I've already got Mandy to deal with when it comes to small guns. I'm going to have to start giving her skill books or actually using points at a lower level to get her guns up, which I probably wouldn't do. I'll probably for like energy weapons or something if I'm going to actually use her points. But anyway, these two both need help. For now, I'm going to use him. I want everyone, by the way, to have this sneak tag here. In fact, I might actually buy, and you can buy it with perks. You can buy another tag. So we're 100% a sneaky team. I would like that, you know. Sneak doesn't seem to have that much power. Even at 100%, I'm frequently detected. We'll just have to see. And with armor, sneak drops even lower. So that's a bit of an issue. So what else did I do with Target? I gave him the gifted trait, so now he gets less skill rate, just like I do. So there is a trade-off. And I dropped his. What did I drop down? I didn't want to see if I drop charisma down. That's a cheat, you know. If I drop that down to 1 and started adding up here, because he's an NPC, and of course he doesn't need charisma the same way my guy does. It doesn't do anything for him. So I left it as is, more or less. It went from 5 to 6 because of the gifted perk, and I put it back down to 5. That's all I did. I think I more or less left his stats as is. Oh, I dropped his intelligence down from 9 to 8. Or was it from 10 to 8? But it was something he can actually use, you know, that I dropped down. Basically to give him endurance. Because he's a traps guy, which means he will blow up. Fun thing. His hit points didn't suddenly go higher, go much higher. He didn't get the hit points per level. He just got, I think, about 4 or something really small from those 2 endurance points. In fact, he's level 5, she's level 6. And they're almost the same, even though she has 5 endurance. So, you know, his endurance is only really good for the future if he survives, if I don't find someone better. So I have like a crappy traps guy who can throw spears and grenades and sneak. He's good. He's got high agility and high intelligence, which means, you know, he'll get a good skill rate. His perception, I think, remain the same. His strength's decent. I mean, he throws stuff. That actually was the whole character build before I started editing it, and his strength wasn't that good. Strength's really important, obviously, with throwing. Long story short, I edited him to be a traps guy instead of have small guns, but I didn't make him, you know, some kind of god character. He's still got his trade-offs. He's going to be throwing spears, so basically that's it. I made a guy who can do traps, but he's not the best of it, you know? And this is like now, I've got a 5-member team, so 5-member squad, so I'm getting full up here. And I don't have a pilot, I don't have a repair guy, I don't have a science guy. There's a lot of things I don't have. So yeah, some of these people are gonna have to double. You know, I haven't basically, long story short, I didn't cheat. I just slightly altered the game to make it a little bit more playable in light of the fact that Brown Noser didn't get me more crew like it would have in the base game. I would have had way more recruits. I'm pretty sure of that. So, if you'll forgive me for all of that, yeah, but with my main guy, basically, I just edited him to get what I should have got in the first place. Oh, and I spent absolutely all of my new stuff, all of those AKs I picked up from killing in the wastes after that little town I found, to get 50 more bullets for Hellion, 100 more bullets for Joffrey, 50 more bullets for Farsight, and to get Tarjay, I don't know if I would be able to say that, armor, because he was butt naked, some of these fancy smancy spears, and that's it. That was absolutely everything for that. So, let's move on to the next mission. Right. Winners don't use save editors, and plus, I can't say this enough. I don't like using save editors because the temptation to outright cheat is there, and I have done it before. When you cheat, when you really do just get this like killer character and make your guy like, you know, god mode character, the game, there stops being risk and reward. When you finally do get badass, you're like, alright, I got badass, but I was badass, right? Because, you know, I changed some numbers. I hate that. I'm a game master for a real life pen and paper game where we all sit around and I create a world with stats and things, and I know for a fact if you start like playing with the numbers and going, oh yeah, who cares, the game stops being fun. So you need that risk. You need to start crap and get good. That's a huge deal for me. So don't use save editors to win. Use them to fix something that's broken, maybe. And even then, it sucks to have to do that because you want the challenge to be there, and you never want to look behind the curtain, like I just did for you guys. So sorry about that, and I'll stop rambling, and we'll get the next mission.
At ease, warrior. It's time to test your abilities, initiate. We have reports of a large gathering of bandits in one of their main camps. This gives us an opportunity to cripple future activities without having to hunt them down. We will no longer tolerate their presence in our region.
Yeah.
We have received further intelligence that the camp possesses some kind of device acquired from the new menace. Our scribes would very much like the opportunity to study this device and see what they can piece together. Your objectives are twofold on this mission. Your first objective is to retrieve the device. Your second objective is to eliminate all trace of bandits in the region. It is time the inhabitants of the wasteland learned that there is only one power in this region. The taking of raider prisoners is not authorized. Do you understand, initiate? I want their bones bleaching in the wasteland sun! Failure is not an option. Dismissed.
Yes, sir, sir! Something. Alright. Go off and do that. I've been blabbing on for 10 minutes. Sorry about that. Won't happen again, and I won't be using a save editor again unless the save game blows up or something. Rock Falls. So are we going to go at night? I'd like to go at night. I'm going to try for night. Come on. See how it took me about 3 days to get there, and that's nighttime. Okay. Yeah, oh, we've got a handy little indicator there. So that walk was I think more than 3 days.
At ease, warrior. It's time.
Okay. All right. So this isn't the biggest base in the world. A recent assault left the fence here in poor condition. It may provide another entry point, provided you can find a way through. I've played this before. Oh, I know what's over there. The main gates to the compound are located here. They are heavily guarded. A frontal assault is not recommended. Okay, so that's looking better. An old fuel depot still stands here. Okay. The makeshift building houses the captain of the raiders. Expect plenty of well-armed resistance. I see turn mode, base mode in my future. Okay, so I'm probably going to try and go in from there, though I don't know. Right. By the way, this isn't, this is defensive sentry mode. So if someone shoots at me, I'll shoot back. Alright, I know all of that. It's going to be full of people. What's going on over there? That looks like some kind of murder zone. Whatever happens, I mean, that frontal assault is going to happen at some point. I hope to God I can't shoot through these walls. Really. Where are we? We're still down here, okay. Jesus, okay. Ooh. Right. There should be a door or something here. I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, now usually my style of play is to clean them out first. I'm gonna resist the temptation. Alright. I hope those spears I can pick them up again. Okay, let's quickly take this person out. Chats. That ghost thing kind of works. That, sorry, silent running. Although, a combat shotgun would pull that off better. So far, I've kind of been shocked by the level of resistance and the alarm that went off. Fuck. That's it, the alarm's off, but no one seems to be doing anything. Damn. AK-47, AK-47, Scorpio. So AK-47s, AK-47s. Shit. Run, man, do run. Jesus. Warriors and play. Things are getting easier now. I'm not constantly worried about dying at any second. Though that's a bit daft of me, because I should be. By the way, as you've noticed, Tarjay hasn't done anything because I gave him weaknesses. That spear is just not being used. Okay. Let's see, Jeffrey. Who the hell? Jeffrey, can you not hit this guy? You hit him. Damn it. Oh, if I switch to this? No. We stand up. Yeah. Hellion, come on, far side. We're not getting on this. Oh, damn it. I'm actually wondering if a Night Assault actually benefited me, but then again, they're all suffering. Huh. It's getting increasingly dangerous. Okay, we're in a safe spot for now, so I'm going to call it. Next we'll be finishing these guys off. I'm moving in here and seeing if there's a way in. I hope my lock-picking skills are going to come in handy. I didn't actually remember that this was the next mission, but I think there might actually be a land minefield here. Now, Tarjay has 44 in traps. Good luck with navigating that. Hellion is actually better equipped to do it. So for now, Hellion's going to be taking the minefield if there is one there. Right. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.